is only for the time being temporarily. It may be happening. Maybe after 1 month we'll be able to travel and then conduct the meetings regularly in our offices. So now we are talking about 2019. 2019 we didn't have any issue. So check whether you had meetings in your company and whether it is documented or not. When it's important, it should be signed, it should be maintained in the UAE. So these are some of the points which you have to look into the management angle. So when you are conducting an economic substance test in detail, so this are some of the tests which you have to satisfy. Like that, you have to make sure that similar activities done in the UAE and you are managing the business properly from the UAE itself. So these are only the inclusive points. So you have to look into more into that and make sure that the proper business is managed from the UAE itself. Now the last category, that is administrative aspects. So from administrative aspects, you have to make sure that there are sufficient or adequate number of full-time employees in the UAE to conduct your business. Even there may be some companies which are outsourcing their activities. Okay, you can outsource to some of your companies, some of companies in the UAE, and in that case, we should make sure that the other company has got a sufficient full-time employees and qualified employees to manage your business. And you should make sure that those companies are not outsourcing from multiple number of companies their job. For example, suppose you are outsourcing your activities, your relevant activities to company A, and company A is getting the same kind of assignments from another company, like that multiple companies, one or two companies from outside other than yours. So such outsourcing is not allowed. So it's your responsibility to check whether they are outsourcing only from you and they are having sufficient full-time employees, sufficient qualified employees to conduct your relevant activity. The other one, the qualification also matters. It's you have different activities like banking, insurance, lease finance, and all those. So you know that they should be technically skilled. It should be a professional who's managing that business or guiding that business or operating that business. So you should make sure that even if you are outsourcing your activities, they are capable of handling your business. And control and supervision in case of outsourcing. So you should have a proper control and supervision on the outsourced companies and identify the amount and type of operating expenditure in the UAE. That is the whole purpose of economic substance test and economic substance regulation. You should manage your business from the UAE and you should incur operating expenditure in the UAE and you should hold adequate physical assets in the UAE to do the relevant activity. So in short, you should conduct the business in the UAE itself to record your international transactions. There are companies, shell companies, they will be having offices in the UAE, license in the UAE, but all over the cross-border transactions, they will be recording in the UAE. The financial transactions will be recorded in the books of accounts of the UAE company. Even in the books of accounts, will be showing the financial assets, but the real transaction might have happened outside the world. So the purpose of the law is to identify such companies and make sure that if you are recording the financial transactions in the UAE, the existence of substance, economic effect should be in the UAE itself. The substance should be, business substance should be in the UAE itself. That's the purpose of the law. So with this, my part is almost over. So you should make sure that if you are conducting your if you are falling into relevant activity, you should conduct economic substance test. Once you conduct the economic substance test, you should make sure that you are complying with the regulation, and once you comply with the regulation of all requirements, then only you will be able to pass the economic substance test. So with this, once you pass your economic substance test for the year 2019, then you can go ahead for filing the economic substance return as well. So in detail, we have my colleague is Dhara, so she will be explaining you in detail what are the requirements of notification, what are the requirements of the return, and how to submit it, and what are the powers of the authority. So with this, I have completed my part, so I'd like to invite Thara to continue with the next session. So before start going ahead, so I would like to invite Surabhi to come back and join and take it forward. Over to you, and you can ask many questions, any questions, and you can upload it here in the distance session. We will come back to you. Thank you, Surabhi. Please take it forward.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for that insightful session and the first part of our today's webinar. So before I proceed towards the second part of today's webinar, to all the attendees over there who all are attending, I'm launching a poll. It's like multiple choice questions which will help us understand you better, and we request